All right, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're talking about probably the brightest bike light I've tested on my channel. But before we get into today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today we're taking a look at a bike light, and what I said is probably the brightest bike light I've tested on my channel. We've tested a lot of 1,000 lumens, we've tested a lot of 1,200 lumens, we've tested 300 lumens, 350 lumens. Today's light we're testing out has 3,000 lumens. Yeah, 3,000 lumens. And the light we're testing out today is the Raptor 3000 from the guys at Gaciron. They sent me out the Raptor 3000 to test out, and I've really liked their lights in the past. They're the ones who make the Kiwi 1200 light that I really like. White version right here. They sent me out the Raptor 3000. Now, some of you guys are going to be like, why the heck do you need 3,000 lumens? That rivals a car headlights. And yes, it does. They actually claim, yeah, this rivals a car headlights. And on their website, they actually show a car's headlights turning on and the Raptor 3000 turning on, and the Raptor 3000 out brightens the car lights. Kind of cool. What this does is it kind of goes along with what I've said about lights. Is there are kind of two different types of lights. There's lights that have you be seen, and there's lights to see with. The Raptor 3000 is very much a light to see with. They recommend this light for off-road lighting, so mountain biking, gravel cycling, when there's no street lights around and there are really no cars to blind you. You want as much visibility as you can possibly get. That's where the Raptor 3000 comes in. So, very bright light. I'm going to go ahead and just turn it on just so you guys can even see. Holy crap, I can't even see the camera anymore. I might have hurt the lens on there. Give me a sec. I might have hurt the sensor. Ooh, that's hot already. So, yeah, as you can tell, that dude is freaking bright. And, yeah, I have never had a light this bright. I think the brightest one I've had is like a 1,500 lumens. So, 3,000 is, it takes the cake for sure. So of course you get the light. We also got a box of stuff in here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what all is in this box. So in the box comes with the remote. If you guys know, I love the remotes, and I'll tell you why in just a moment, but I love the remotes they include with their lights. In here we have a handlebar mount, just kind of your standard ratchet style. Works really good. We have our extra screws and cover plate right there. I'll tell you about that in just one moment as well. And here we got a USB-C to USB-C cable for charging. It also can function as a power bank. Kind of cool that it's able to do that. Got our little toolkit in there, and we got a screwdriver. And then of course we have our little mount here that goes onto the GoPro fingers. Really cool. That's all included in there. Pretty neat. Okay, so with this light, it does have a cutoff on here. So it has a cutoff on the top, so that way if you're riding it and you don't want to blind the cars in front of you, it does have a cutoff on there. So it kind of cuts it off at the top of this light, so you don't blinding people. With that being the case, that works really good on top of the bars. What if you want to mount it underneath the bars down here? Well, that's where those tools come into place. So with these lights, you can go ahead, you grab the tools that are included with here. You grab your little flathead screwdriver. You pop off this little cover on top that says Nocturnal Animal. That cover just comes right off, or should. There we go. Pops right off, and there are 3 holes under there. And that is so you can move that mount up onto the top, which is what we're going to do. I always like running my lights underneath the handlebars, so that's what we're going to do with this light as well. There we go. We're set to mount this underneath our handlebars. Super clean. I like the design. It makes it so you're not having multiple mounts to it. It's just ready to go. And I love the little lever to release the light. It gives you a solid feeling. A lot of them are just a little plastic thing that's kind of attached to it. This one's like a solid feel. You push that lever, you know it's released, and it just pops right off. Super nice. Super nice. All right. You guys want to see how bright this thing is, so let's go ahead, grab our little mount here, and we'll throw this guy underneath our handlebars. All right, it's got all the lights off except for the one on the camera. So we have our remote right here, which is now paired to that. Super easy to pair, just follow the instructions. Go into breathe, push and hold, it switches, and it connects together. Super nice. So this guy can Velcro to your handlebar, super easy. I love the material of this. But one of my favorite things, if I turn off this light here, you can see it glows in the dark. So it is super easy to find it even when it's dark out. And it's dark and you can't see the button. It glows in the dark. Super cool. So let's go ahead, push the button to turn this thing on. So this is your low beam. So low setting on low beam. There's also a low and a high beam. As you can tell, it opens that up and shoots farther out than just the low beam. So it kind of turns on that middle. It really shoots it farther out. So pretty cool that it has all those options. So realistically, you have 6 different options. So just low on low beam is 400 lumens. There's medium low beam, 800. High low beam, 1200 lumens. Then we go back to low. Kick on the high beam. So that's low on high beam, which is 750 lumens. Medium high beam, 1500. And there's our whopping 3000 lumens on a high beam on high mode. Holy smokes. And it does have different color lights on the top of the light. I'll show you in a minute that when you change between high and low beams, it changes from green on low beam, red on high beam. And then it also does have flashing modes. So you choose to have flashing. To use those, we're just going to push and hold the button for 2 seconds. And it'll switch. So there's our breathing mode right there. Kind of the cool mode they include on these. Breathe is 100 to 50 lumens. Then you have your daytime flash, I believe. That's 1,000 lumens. There we go. That is all that. That is that whopping 3,000 lumens. That is freaking bright, man. Woo! Look at that. And just so you guys know, this light is like, it's got an aluminum case on the light, and it is warm. So it does have a temperature protection on here. So like I was saying, so you have your lights right up here. Sorry, this thing is hot. You have your lights right up here. So red means it's on high mode. We switch it. There you go. Switch it to low. It turns green from that moment there. The raptor on here, which is kind of cool they do this. The raptor on there, that color is going to determine your battery life. Blue is going to be fully charged. We are set to go fully charged it for today's video. And then when you go turn it off, you just push and hold, and off it goes. So I will say this light, I've had it off for a couple minutes now. I'd run inside, do some real quick. It's still hot. It's still a little warm. Feels pretty good on the cold days, which is honestly when you would use this thing. It's pretty much night mountain bike riding, night gravel riding is when you're going to use this light. So it's not going to be a hot summer day where it's 80 degrees in the garage currently. Not really when you're going to be using this thing. You might use it on summer nights, but it's still not going to be middle of the day when you're going to be using this thing just because of the brightness of it. So let's take a look here. So I have not looked at the price on this guy. So the price on this guy, 3,000 lumens, $119.99. That's not bad. I mean, I've tested some of the 1,000 lumen lights that are that price. So it's not half bad for what you get. You get all the mounts and you get the remote with it. So that's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty nice deal. Like I said, I love these remotes. I just love the feel of them, and then they glow in the dark. They're really easy to find. You can strap it, Velcro strap this thing wherever you want this thing to go. You can drop it, strap it in the drop, strap it on your handlebars, then your flat bars, strap it up on the top, aero bar, wherever. Mount it wherever you want. Really cool that you can put that wherever you want it to be. So battery, it does have a 10,000 milliamp battery on here. Pretty cool. Aluminum housing. Charge time takes about 4.5 hours. Charge from dead to fully charged. Pretty fair, honestly. Not bad. I mean, for me, this is a hard light to beat. Like I said, this is the brightest light I've tested on my channel. Honestly, one of the brighter ones that I've used or even tested myself, period. So 3,000 lumens definitely puts out some light. Looking forward to using this come, some Tuesday night rides, Tuesday night mountain bike rides. Come in the winter time, fall time, when it starts to get a little bit colder out there. This light's going to come in handy. It's going to work really well. Might not use it with the gravel bike that much. Maybe, who knows. But might not use it with the gravel bike much, but mountain biking definitely going to be happening with the Raptor 3000. Waterproof, take whatever you throw out. It's aluminum CNC housing on here. If I drop this, it would probably hurt the floor versus this thing. Pretty cool. You got your little charging port covered back here by the Raptor. Again, the Kiwi 1200 that I reviewed is still one of my favorite bike lights I've ridden with. I just love the design of it. I love the sleekness of it. It puts out great output. And the Raptor 3000 follows up and does just as great of a job as the Kiwi does. So if you guys are interested in checking out a Raptor 3000 light, or even the Kiwi 1200, or any other lights that Gaciron sells, I'm going to have a link in the description down below. Check them out. Big thanks to them for sending me out yet another light to test out and show you guys, especially something this high powered as a 3000 lumen. That's pretty cool. I know there's higher lumen ones out there. Maybe one day I'll get to test one of those, but 3000 does a pretty good job for the form factor it's in. So if you guys enjoyed the video, or maybe you learned something today, or maybe you just saw the brightest bike light you've ever seen before, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.